these guys in here.
Mm.
The guy who at Italy, two cars went into the wall and spun up. Qualifying gets on their way. I'm waiting to see that first outlap.
Right, doing two preseason race here in A1. Our
we got a car
SLR.
leaving. Got a car leaving. It's Mercedes. Got Mercedes. We also have here at Barain for the preseason qualifying session. We also have Nuffle leaving. We also have a Mercedes and a Ferrari right behind him. As now all of them come out onto the track. What do you think the strategy would be for the race? Do you want to go with harder?
I'd say a lot of them will be qualifying on the soft tyre and the yellow tyre. It's an easy one stop with the soft tyre, super soft. It's a much harder one stop to do. Two stop here is not particularly good. We saw in the tier 1 race, Mr. Alex Musica qualified on the softs and went super soft and went for a 2-stop and ended up finishing. He would have finished 5th if he hadn't crashed in the last corner. So it's not particularly good, the 2-stop compared to the 1. Dobby, there's a lot of new drivers here from last season, a lot of fellas that you would recognise from last season. New fellas include Jonesy, Dobby, Zero has returned. He hasn't raced since season 3. He was in tier 2 in season 3 on F1 2017.
Montana coming to the start-finish line here to start his qualifying lap. Going to be the first guy to post a time for us in season 5 here. Going to be a first driver driving that Toro Rosso Honda. So how do you feel that how Racing Point's going to do this season? Because Racing Point's changed names about 500 times in the past year. So
I don't think their name will make a difference here, to be honest.
Yeah, their name won't make a difference, but it's owned by someone else, and they also have Lance Stroll, because it's owned by Lance Stroll's dad, so that might change something.
Yeah.
Montana coming down the second DRS straight.
We're talking real F1 there, but
And how do you feel about a third DRS straight being added here? It's not added yet, but it's going to be added by about maybe season 6. That third DRS straight, I think, is going to be going down towards turn 4. Oh, we have a car already crashed. It's Nuffle into the wall down by one of the corners. I don't know, because it's a really bad camera angle. I'm just sitting here on the front wing. It's going down to the penultimate corner. It's Montana first to go, the 126 O's. Pretty much flat. But Nuffle going to be starting in last place, but lucky for him, he has free choice of tire. Nuffle got free choice of tire, but going to have to do some really good work. I know he's fast in these cars. He's really, really good. Just I don't know how he's going to perform having to maneuver all of that traffic. We got yellow flags in second because he's on his in-lap now on a set of medium tires. I think he's going to go out there and go on to a softer set. I don't know. Because Montana's guaranteed to go onto a set to the red tires. He's guaranteed to do that because he's already set a 126, and there's no way he can go faster on a set of softs or mediums or anything else. Because I think the red tires are the fastest that they have.
Is there anyone to beat that lap?
There's yellow flags. MVP MUFC Boss also crashed down in Sector 2 and Sector 3, right over there by the split.
Ferrari, yeah.
Same place where Nuffle crashed. I think that corner we're going to see a lot more cars crash at. Because that corner, you're running pretty low downforce, so you're not a sailboat down the straightaways. And then you just turn in for the corner and the rear end just snaps out on you. I see that happen all the time in league races, where the rear end just decides it wants to snap around on you through that one corner. So I won't be surprised if we see that corner taking a few more cars. But now they got to get those cars rebuilt.
Can you hear me, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
Hear me alright?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds talking over me a small bit. Montana's lap, 26 flat. I don't see anyone beating that, to be perfectly honest. That's the fastest quality lap we've seen in all 3 tiers so far this weekend. John Coloni's the fastest of the soft runners so far. 27.7. I imagine you can do better on that than that, though. He's on a flying lap at the moment, so we'll see how that ends up. 2 cars out already, as Justin has mentioned. I'll be looking forward to seeing how Zero does on his return to league racing and SLR. Let's see, Alfie Jensen is coming to the end. He's coming out. I think that's an out lap he's on. So there's a lot of cars to set a lap yet. Half the grid is yet to set a lap. Dobby should be up there based on his time trial times, but this is his first race with us, and he's yet to prove himself out on track. Let's see how he goes.
Montana's back out onto the track again on another set of red tires, maybe looking to improve already a great time, already a whole second faster. He's a driver that's just going to drive into the sunset for a race.
Well, keep in mind there's half the drivers yet to set a lap, so...
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers who haven't
Dobby
set a lap.
Very fast.
Mocking was pretty slow lap time. Mocking's not his true pace.
He's on the mediums, so he has to. The mediums, I've seen Thorium do this in Tier 1. He spends two laps to warm up the tires. So that's probably what he's up to.
Oh, we have another one that's crashed down
I'm not sure.
at the same spot that everyone else has crashed at. Right there at the sector 2-3 split. Alright, let's just keep tally on how many cars crashed there. Right now we have 3. So 3 cars that have not set a lap. So they get free choice of tire. So they're probably going to look to do a one-stop.
You can keep track of who's crashed. I'll keep track of who's on pole or not.
Well, that's not my job. My job's to keep an eye on all the action.
Yeah.
Whoever's watching can keep track on how many cars crash. And then they can also go out and try to set a lap themselves and see if they crash there. Because that's a pretty difficult corner. I probably would have crashed already, too. We all know me, the king of crashing last season. I crashed out like half the Grand Prix I started. I came in at Germany, and I crashed down basically every Grand Prix. But USA was a pretty chaotic Grand Prix. Hopefully we don't see anything like that again, but just a little game glitch.
Right now, so let's see how we do here in Barain right now. Montana has a 1.2 seconds out in front, and I can't see him being challenged because that 26, like I said, is the fastest lap that has been put up on the board this weekend. Dusty is as close as everyone else is talking to him. 6.5 tenths back. Hello.
Montana goes even faster. First guy to go into the 125s.
Yeah,
Montana's going to be on pole here.
Let's not make any predictions yet, but it's looking improbable that he's going to be challenged at the moment.
The only guy I can see maybe challenging him is MVP Dusty.
I can't see that happening.
Well, before Montana improved. Dusty was only 0.6 off.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
But anyways.
that's a lot if you talk F1, but if you talk American, that's not that big.
Yeah.
Being an American NASCAR fan, that's not a lot. 0.6 seconds can easily be made up by just a switch of tires. Maybe lower fuel, I don't know. That 0.6 can be gained by little seconds. Maybe running the outside lane, but that doesn't work here in F1. Because there's no walls on the outside lane, so it's not really faster.
Moving on. 12 years now. Welcome all. Here for our Sis League A1. There's no A2, it's just A1 because we don't have enough Sis drivers. So just to be clear, everyone here is on some form of Sis, ABS, traction control, that sort of thing. Dobby here is the only man not to set a lap. He's a man that I would expect to set a fast lap as well. He's the only one I could see possibly challenging Montana based on the times I've seen him setting in Tier 2. Yellow flag in Sector 2.
Probably just someone letting someone get that's already on a flying lap.
I'm going to ride on board with Dobby here for his flying lap.
Doing the same thing I'm doing.
Curb here down to 4th.
Most people with controllers, they usually don't have manual gears. They usually have automatic, but if you have a racing wheel, you can sort of do that easier because of the paddles on the back. But with a controller, it's X and square, whatever you have your thing configured as.
Dobby going around here when it's turn 3. Straight through into Sector 2 now. It looks like a pretty good lap from Dobby so far, but it's only one sector up at 3. Through this fast left to right, right left even, down towards the first hairpin. John Coloni's left the session for some reason. He's on P3. Hopefully he gets back. Dobby down towards turn 9 and 10 now. One of the trickiest corners on the calendar here. Down to the first gear. He scrubbed off a bit too much speed, I would have thought there, Dobby. As down one of the straights he comes. DRS lap open. He's left it very late on the brakes there, but might have been lagged there, and I think he's pulled out of that. I think he has pulled out of the lap. So we don't want to get into the pits fast and stick some new tyres on because he's running out of time to set a lap here. Let's see who else. There's Alfie Jensen on a lap here. Alfie Jensen and Nuffle, you might know, they've jumped from their Toro Rossos of last season to Red Bulls of this season, so they've both got a promotion.
And Dobby's just cancelled that lap.
Yeah, he did that a while ago. Alfie into the pits, he's abandoned that lap. Elmo has abandoned his lap. Craggleton is on a lap at the moment, it's not looking particularly fast, based on his Sector 1 split time. He's the only car. No, he's not. There's only two. There's plenty of cars on the track right now. 5 or 6. So we'll watch Craggleton coming into Sector 3 now, the very fast left-hander, followed by a very fast right-hander. Very easy to spin there if you clip the curb. Hard to spot a braking point here, but I don't need to worry about that because most of these will be using the racing line. Down towards the final corner he comes, down to 3rd gear, 2nd even. Opens the DRS flap and comes across the line to set a 27 flat. That puts Craggleton up to 3rd place in the grid ahead of John Colonius, and then behind Dusty and Montana. Montana's on an outlap, looking to improve on that cracker of a time.
Does Montana even need to improve? Is the question. Why don't you just save the engine and just maybe you can just run, just come back in, just save the engine for the race. Just save the engine for the race. That's what I would
There's
do.
no engine damage on mine, so he doesn't need to.
Realistic
Well, it's
here.
not realistic when it's in real life. Anyways, Dusty coming around into sector 3 now. On this dangerous right-hander, it's quite easy to take, but it's quite easy to get wrong. At the same time, you want to get as close to that curve as you can without touching it, and if you do touch it, then you do well to avoid a spin. So it's not particularly close. NSX Montana leads, well, leads by only 5/10 now, and Dusty improves by 2/10. But it's still half a second lead that Montana has. And Craggleton another half second back from Dusty, and then 2/10.
MVP Dusty, I think, is pulling over. Looks to be his session done with. Only with a minute with only a minute and 10 seconds remaining, he's not going to get back to the pits and set another lap. So yeah, he might as well just pull over.
Because he retired. It's because he's out. He retired.
Well, he pulled over.
Start lap now.
They're all just going to start pulling over now because the session's basically done with. They're just going to finish up their lap and then retire. They're going to finish their lap and then pull over.
Speaking of finishing laps, Dobby here is starting a lap. He hasn't set one yet, so he's going to do well to get. I'd expect him to possibly challenge Montana here, but he'd do well to on his one and only attempt, really. So he just do well into turn 1. He needs to clip the curb on the inside of turn 2. He's done well there. Down towards turn 3 now, towards the end of sector 1. Let's get up. He hasn't used all of the track there, but he's still done well. Into this left, right, left here. I love this little section of track. Slipping riding the curves all the way through. And down to second here. First for the turn in, up second again, and third for the exit. Montana improves to a 25.7. I can't see that being touched. Dobby coming through turns 9 and 10 now, and out onto the back straight. DRS flap open, overtake mode on. Braking. You would brake just before the 100-meter board if it was still there.
Because now Monken's going to come down the front stretch and going to abandon that lap that he's about to set now. Only
Dobby's
one car left out on track.
Right,
the last car out on track. Going to be out
on the final corner now.
Track has the most grip on it, so there's no reason not to at least go into the top 10 here. Unless he really messed up somewhere. Now here comes across the line, only P2, only a 10th off Montana. We got a race, boys. We got a race for the race win now.
Well,
but Montana's going to stay on pole position here. As now everyone has at least got the checkered flag. So we should be going to the formation lap here in a minute. But Montana going to be on pole position.
So those are two of the fastest laps we've had in our 3 tiers this weekend. Some pretty rapid gentlemen racing this evening here in SLR. Should be a good race.
I think the formation lap will start at 3:20. I think that's when it should start.
Right.
So I think it would take about a minute.
Start soon.
I think it'll be about
Montana
a minute.
on pole, Dobby less than a 10th behind them, and then Dusty 7/10ths back from that pair. Craggleton gets 4th, John Colonius on the 3rd row alongside the Australian or New Zealand, I can't tell the difference from the flags, Neil. Alfie Jensen Convicts Popeye on the 4th row of the grid with Elmo and Akil on the 5th. So
I think that's New Zealand, because New Zealand has a different amount of stars than what Australia does.
Whichever one it is.
If there's any other difference, just tell us.
Yeah, well, I don't really know, so let's move on.
The only thing I've noticed is the stars to me.
on the grid now to start the formation lap.
As now we have the tire blankets being taken off for the formation lap. So we'll get started with the formation lap once everyone decides to get a check mark next to their name. Because me and Ben are ready to watch turn 1 be chaos, like always. Just don't be like Australia and someone lose a front wing even before the corner.
We'll see.
And now they are off in the formation lap. Montana will be leading. It's a front row lockout for both of the Toro Rosso Hondas. And MVP Dusty will just be looking to maybe get a nice start, maybe get a great reaction time and challenge them towards turn 1. Because if they can get ahead going into turn 1, maybe they can hold the lead for a little bit. And then maybe Montana and Dobie will maybe crash because they're teammates. I don't know if they'd be playing team orders down at Toro Rosso. Do you think they'd be playing team orders down at Toro Rosso? Because I don't think so.
It's hard now.
They never. Toro Rosso never plays team orders.
Debut races in this one. Well, this is just the Toro Rosso livery. It's not actually Toro Rosso, so it's hard now.
Toro Rosso never does team orders, so I think they're gonna race to the end.
I don't know. We will see. Let's not make any predictions because it's hard to predict what's ever going to happen out on the racetrack. Nuffle is a bit behind.
Nuffle and MUFC Boss is way back there. It's pretty far behind. So now everyone's tires are going to be ice cold.
Get the tires up. Well, that's what the formation lap's for, to warm them up.
Yeah, and from first down to 14, it's going to be nice and cold. Nuffle and MUFC Boss is now here they all come down to their grid slots. Front row lockout, so they're the team to beat. Now the grid is now forming. Here comes the last 2 slots in the grid. Now we wait for 5 red lights to go. Now the lights are on. It's going to be 5 red lights. And it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go here for Barain. It's a great start for the field so far. No one has crashed yet. No one has had an anti-stall. Montana with a great start. But now, there's yellow flags back in Sector 1. I think there's been a little crash. There's some carbon fiber left behind. And there's some cars off the pace. There's some cars gaining and losing time. Montana with a 6th, 10th lead on his teammate. Craig went down the inside but couldn't hold it. Now they're 3 wide in the back. Way back there. And there's a little bit of touching for the Racing Point Force India. And there's a Force India spinning. And there's a Ferrari going off and cutting the corner, trying to avoid the wreck that just happened. We have yellow flags in Sector 2. So far, no safety car, no types of safety car being deployed yet. Now we come down towards the hard brake, and we get easily to lock up the tires and go way off the track there. So far, everyone's been able to keep it clean. I think there's a little bit of damage to the Racing Point's front wing after he made a little contact and went for a little spin there.
There's a lot of damage when it crashed into the wall. And it's the 2 Toro Rossos lead away. They've gained a bit of a lead already, almost 2 seconds ahead of Dusty.
And there's the damage to his front wing there. There is some damage to their front wings. Because we have
a Sauber side by side. Let me have a look here. There's 2 Ferraris and a Sauber of MUFC here, down towards turn 1. Oh, it's going to be very close. Nose and tail, the 3 of them, 0 to the outside, MUFC to the inside. Jonesy might try to take both of them here. Gets past his Ferrari teammate, D goes deep. Zero might try to get the switch back on both of them here, but it goes deep as well. Alfie Jensen will start from, I think it might have been 8th or so on the grid. There's
There's
geez,
two cars
6
in the
cars
pit
within
lane.
a second or so.
Front nose change.
Package G here is
For
trying to get
two
involved in this
cars.
battle.
Front wing change for 2 cars.
Jonesy goes deep, he blocks off his teammate Zero. Zero's going to try to have a look down the inside here. He clips his teammate. Alfie Jensen has lost more positions. He's on the inside of Package E now for turn 9 and 10. Jonesy, Mockenweeks got out of Jonesy, runs as the back. Mockenweeks does Jonesy.
And there's a little bit of carbon fiber left behind.
Alfie Jensen gets ahead of Package E.
Yellow flag, sector 2 and 3. I think someone's already crashed out in that person. And there's a 5-second stop-go time penalty for a severe collision with a Renault driver who is now out of the Grand Prix. And Craig, I think, has some damage.
Yes, I'm sure he has a lot of damage. Oh no, his front wing's fine.
His front wing looks fine. But he has that 5-second stop-go time penalty.
Here, going to turn towards turn 1. Jonesy into the pits after getting front wing damage off of Mockenweeks. Williams up ahead having a look on.
Oh, we have another car that's crashed out there.
Out.
Another car has crashed out in the sector 2-3 split. And it looks to be a Mercedes who just went nose into the wall. Front tires off. Bad angle for him.
So Zero's having a look at MUFC. Elmo's having a look at Knuffle here. Alfie Jensen wants that 8th place off Mockenweeks. So we've got a few battles going on here. Alfie Jensen might have a look into there, but he won't. MUFC has got Zero under his rear wing. Coming through sector 2 now down towards turns 9 and 10.
DRS has been enabled, so there will be DRS down this straightaway. DRS is open. And now he's just going to be slipstreaming MUFC boss, but not close enough for an overtake.
Alfie Jensen's got the move on Mockenweeks down at the start of sector 3.
Oh, we have a car spinning! Oh, we have a car that just spun off again. And we have a virtual safety car has been deployed here. Who's going to come into pits? Will anyone pit?
It's a VSC.
It's a virtual safety car. Will anyone get that free pit stop?
Dusty,
they're all passing the pit lane as of right now.
MUFC's passed, Alfie's passed.
Oh, Mocking, I think's looking, but gonna stay out.
No, he's not.
Mocking looked like he was gonna go, and then decided last second I'm gonna stay out.
Doesn't look like anyone's gonna take it. Cargleton's into the pits.
Oh, we have one. Craig, I think, is coming to take his 5-second stop. Go under the virtual safety car. No, they're actually gonna change tires. I don't think they're allowed to. Yeah. I don't know if he knew that though. I think he was thinking that he could do it because I didn't know that till now. That he couldn't take it.
Well, yeah.
Sort of like NASCAR under the yellow flag, you can't take a drive-through. And the virtual safety car's been lifted, and they can get back up to racing speed. DRS is back enabled. Montana continues to lead, followed by his teammate Dobie. Those two are just going to pull away and probably going to go win this race, but we have no clue if they're going to crash out in that one corner. So far, Montana in that qualifying section looked like he has that section figured out. Looks like he might not be crashing anytime soon, but we have no clue about his teammate. He's only done that corner once and looks to have about the same pace as Montana. As I don't know what happened to John. John, I can't select, so did he even... What happened to him?
John is not in the session anymore. He left in qualifying, if you remember.
Oh, John got kicked. Oh, yeah. John said he got kicked.
So there's really battles going on at the moment. Closest cars are 2 Toro Rossos.
Jesus Christ, what happened to your mic there?
don't know.
You just broke my eardrums.
Moving on.
I hope the screen heard that.
If I were Dobby, I wouldn't like to be stuck behind my teammate for 24 laps of the race. So if he's going to get a chance, I can see him going for it here. Into sector 3 now. Well, yeah, sort of now. He's going to stay close to his teammate here. He's saving his ERS for the straight. I'd imagine. He's putting up to mode 3 now. He's less than a second behind now. That DRS down the straight, or Willie. He's just creeped outside of a second there. I'm interested to see whether he has DRS or not. And even if he does, I don't think he's close enough to make a move. He's quite far back. No DRS. It was a mistake to save that ERS there, because now he's losing time. Meanwhile, Alfie Jensen's having a look at the back of the Sauber of MUFC here. Out onto the back straight they go.
Come down the front stretch here. Gonna have DRS on.
Have DRS. MUFC
Swerving,
goes to the
trying
inside,
to make sure he can't get slipstream, but slipstream won't help him. Because now they're gonna be, wheel to wheel going into turn 1. Got to keep the space and gonna lose the spot, but might have some more slipstream. As Mockin's just hoping that they crash so he can gain 2 easy free spots.
Nice, he's held the position. MUFC's held the position for that lap. Dobby has dropped a little bit back from his teammate, a couple of tenths. Alfie Bay looking to have a look at MUFC, maybe if he gets a good exit out of turn 10 out onto the straight, but it's a tricky spot to make a move there. You really do have an advantage on straight line speed. He's saving his ERS here again through this sector, but he doesn't quite have enough if he wants to blast out some overtake mode. The MUFC has an alright exit.
Backstretch there, that second DRS straight, because it's not long enough to gain up. You got to be right all over their gearbox
At the same time,
to get an overtake done there.
Make moves into there.
I've seen people make moves, yeah, but
if you're
too far back, you can't get a move done there.
That's yeah, that's the way it is with most corners. But onto the back straight here, MUFC is going to almost fake going into the pits there, but he's going to keep all the inside line. He likes to weave on the straight, does MUFC. He's going outside, inside, outside again. He stays the inside line.
I think he was just trying to break the slipstream. I don't think he was going for the pits. I think he was trying to break the slipstream.
Alfie Jensen around the outside at turn 1, what a move.
And he's going to move up a spot there now. The Alfa Romeo's now chasing him. And Mocking's starting to gain time on them with those two side by side battling.
He's actually losing time.
Well, he was gaining time for a little bit there. Whenever they were side by side, he was gaining time.
Anyway, I think MUSC might have a look here down this next straight. He'll have to just try and hold on to him here because he doesn't seem to have the pace of Alfie. And let's take advantage of the DRS and either save some fuel in ERS or try to make a move on him. The super soft runners will be pitting soon. In the next 2 laps or so. Is that NSX going into the pits? He's faked the pits. So he's tried to play a bit of a dummy there for his teammate. He's dropped back a second, 1.2 seconds in the past. Or a lap or 2. 2 laps. And is that Dusty into the pits on spent 7 laps and then supers. So he's going to go for the 2 stop, which isn't a favourable strategy. He won't be able to take them softs to the end, but he will be able to take super softs in the final few laps. He'll be very fast at the end, but he'll have a lot of ground to make up. MUFC is sticking with Alfie Jensen here. So spat on track right now. Not the best sector for overtaking, this sector 2 here, but he'll try to stay with him all the same. Oof. But the curb on the outside there can be very dangerous. So field is quite spread out a little bit. Not even not a little bit, a lot. The likes of Jonesy, Akil, and Craigleton are almost a minute behind Montana and Dobby, with only 8 laps gone. I can see the Toro stuff that was pitting this lap. Let's see if NS6 fakes it this time. He doesn't.
Oh, we have Montana diving into the pit lane here. Got first choice for pit stop. I think those tires have died out now. Now, what tires will he go on to now? It's going to be a set of soft tires. It looked like mediums whenever they went on, but changed to softs.
Yeah, the white ones are mediums, so they're mediums.
Yeah, it looked like mediums, but then it switched as they went on to the car. So it was white and then went to yellow. Now he's going to come right out next to Mocking. Now he's going to have to race Mocking. Well, now they're mediums. Hold on. Now his
he's on
once.
He's on colder tires.
I'm confused here. They're like switching colors on my screen. They're going from yellow to white.
That's what it says on mediums.
Well, the tires are yellow. It's switching from yellow to white.
Well, let's worry about it another time and focus on the race for now.
Okay, the TV cameras are a little messed up here, guys. So I'll talk to them. He's on the medium tires, if you guys care.
I thought might struggle on cold tires. Keep Mocking Weeks behind him. But the fact that Mocking Weeks is on older tires has sort of cancelled that out. So he's held a position on Mocking Weeks, who's staying with him somewhat. But we saw the dominance of the pace from Montana. So
and now into the pits comes his teammate Dobie. He's now coming to the pits. The next lap. What tires is he going on to? Let's see if his tires do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about whether he gets out ahead of his team.
He's going on to a set of medium tires too. And his tires ain't doing the same thing, so it's only
to see if Dobby gets out ahead of him. And Dobby just comes up behind
Montana was able to overtake. Mocking's overtaken him, so he's lost a little bit of time, I think, on him.
No, Dusty has come out right behind Dobby now. He's closed the gap a lot. In the pit stop, he pulled off a bit of an overcut here. So, Dusty is on fully heated up and ready to go soft tires.
Time penalty is given out. First one of the day.
Dobby is on cold mediums. So, MP Dusty could make a move here. Dobby's really got to try and keep him back, but it's going to be difficult on those cold medium tires.
We got a little battle for the race lead here. Two cars that have not pitted yet. Montana's net P1. There's 4 cars ahead of him that have not pitted yet.
Dusty's going to make a move on Dobby here. Maybe down into sector 3. He's a bit far back, so he'll save his ERS through this sector, I can imagine.
Helen might look for a move down the front stretch, unless one of them dive into the pit lane. He's only going to be 4/10 behind. Going to have DRS down at the front stretch, but nope, going to dive into the pits. Now, what tire is he going on to? There's Knuckle continues to stay out on the soft tires.
Dobby here on Dusty.
Looks to be going on to a set of super soft tires. The Red Bull super soft tires for
stays
him.
on the rear wing, pulls out from under the rear wing. Dusty's the inside. Dobby is on the outside. Dusty gets the move done. Dobby tries to stick his nose in on around turn 2. Dobby gives him. Dusty gives him loads of space and still gets the move. Dobby might try to have a look here down towards turn 3. Lay on the brakes. Dusty's going to go for the old switchback. He's nearly going to lose the back end trying to do that, and Dobby holds the position this time around. Meantime, NSX Montana is closing in on MUFC. Closed in almost a second this lap. MUFC started on the mediums, so they are in much worse shape than Montana's fresh ones. Dusty here is a bit further back than he would like from Dobby. So we've got Mocking Weeks yet to pit, MUFC left to pit, Knuckle and the two Red Bulls. So Montana will get DRS off MUFC here. Down the back straight, one of the Red Bulls dives into both Red Bulls dive into the pits. That's not good. One of them Red Bulls is going to get held up with NSX Montana to the inside down towards turn 1.
Red Bull decided to double stack their cars.
Yeah, I said that.
I don't know who
Montana
call that was. Was it Red Bull? Was it Christian Horner? Or was it the drivers?
I don't think Christian Horner had any part in it, to be honest.
I don't think Christian Horner wanted to double stack his team.
I don't think Christian Horner had any part in this team at all. This is a game.
Well, Christian Horner is the owner of it. So he's the one who gives them the strategies and just like race and here's the strategies. And then you just tell your engineer what to do.
A strategist's job. Anyways.
Well, who knows who the strategist is? Maybe Christian Horner's the strategist.
Moving on.
But Christian Horner probably just develops the car.
Dusty is sticking with Dobby here. Yeah, you look that up. Dusty here is sticking with Dobby.
Let me go ask.
What do you mean go ask?
I'm gonna go ask the TV producers.
Okay. Dusty will have DRS here on Dobby. Dobby's done the clever thing. He's put it into overtake mode to defend Dusty here, and he actually pulled away from Dusty on that straight despite him having DRS. Mocking Wigs into the pits. He's got the mediums on. It's the ideal strategy for Mocking Wigs. And he drops down to 9th place. So he doesn't have to stop again, so he should start making up some positions between now and the end of the race. Enough of Beast is after Elmo. Elmo's on softer tyres, so that in turn he should really be pulling away, but nothing seems to be doing well here on what will be mediums just about coming into their operating temperature. MUFC is taking these mediums further than anyone else seems to, but then again, he was the only one on them. And if he does see us drop back a small bit from Dobby, which isn't very good because in theory Dusty should be faster because he's on the softer tyres. Elmo and Nuffle are quite close together here. He's not going to have a look into here. Who's into the pits? Packy G's into the pits in his Sauber. He gets jumped by Craggleton, he get jumped by Akeel, and yeah. Mocking picked up a 3-second time penalty. I imagine he ran wide at turn 2. That's very commonplace. Get a penalty. Nuffle still hasn't quite been able to get Elmo. He wants to start getting by him now. He'll have DRS. Coming out onto this. Coming out onto the straight. Adjacent to the main one. Down to 3rd. Almost holding his own.
Montana's like back out into the race lead. MUFC boss has not pitted yet, and his Alfa Romeo has not pitted yet. 14 laps on those medium tires. Those tires are probably dead. Dobby got past them now. Those tires are absolutely shot.
The mediums can go 20 laps, so they're not.
The
They won't be that
mediums
bad.
can go, the mediums can go pretty long, but compared to everyone else, his tires are pretty terrible. He's pretty vulnerable down every single straightaway and every single corner, and not so great to the traction zones either. And the mediums are also probably the slowest tire available for everybody. They're the slowest tires, so not really helping. He's just gonna keep dropping. But maybe he's gonna. But if he pits and goes onto a set of super softs, maybe then he's the fastest car in the field.
There you go.
Tire
now
based.
You're getting it. Now you're figuring
tire
it out.
based, and then he can maybe start overtaking.
That's his plan. Now you're figuring it out. Enough of this on the back of Elmo here, coming down straight. He's going to make the move here on the inside. Elmo's going to hold the outside. It's a wide corner, so he can hold speed around the outside here, and he's managed to. But Nuffle is on the outside for this long right-hander here. He's going to hold it around the outside. He does. Right around the outside for Nuffle. It's a lovely little move. By the Red
And now
Bull.
he's going to have DRS down the front stretch. So Nuffle's going to have to try to break that slipstream, but slipstream won't really help if he has that DRS advantage.
The problem with Nuffle is he's burned all his ERS down that last straight. So Elmo should be able to jump him here down towards turn 1.
Now here he comes, going to take a peek to the inside lane. To the inside and gets the move done way before the braking zone.
But Nuffle's going to come back.
And now Nuffle's going to have to take a look, maybe down the next DRS straight.
No, he won't.
Probably going to have to save some DRS. This is going to be next year's DRS straight. But no DRS there yet. I think there's supposed to be 3 DRS zones at mainly every track. I don't know about Japan or Monaco yet.
Except there's no.
Monaco's a very hard place to put DRS zones in the first place.
And 6-3 now, MFC is kind of struggling on those mediums now. He might almost want to jump on some softs now. Because those mediums are doing him no favours at the moment.
15 laps into that medium stint. He's been on the medium since the lights went out. Now Dobie sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with a 1:21 with a 1:29.9.
MFC's in the pits. Putting on the soft tires, yeah. So he'll go to the end on that. Is he gonna come out here? He'll do well to come out ahead of Mocking Weeks here. Oh no, actually he'll get out well ahead of Mocking Weeks, never mind. It comes out and maybe
3-second time penalty again.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of those.
Yeah, especially around like USA and that. Some tracks are easier than others.
See a lot of those around every track.
Yeah, around every track at least someone extends track limits. I've probably got the most 3-second time penalties. Cough cough USA. I had like, what, 40 seconds of time penalties? I had like 40-second time penalties last season at USA.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that's why I decided to retire and come up here into the commentary box with other people.
Yeah. Well, practice makes perfect.
Well, I'm American, so I'm focused on NASCAR and IndyCar. This is for the European guys, because F1's mainly European. There's a lot of tracks in Europe. But also USA has hosted
here you are,
a lot of different tracks. I really feel like they should go back to Indianapolis, don't you think? Indianapolis is kind of fun. I don't know, that track's been here for a long time. That track might be fun. Including with the new DRS and all that. I have no clue what happened to the Phoenix street course. I have no clue where that is. There's Wikipedia on it, but... Oh, we have one car almost into the wall there. He locked up and almost went into the wall. He was very, very, very close. He may have got exceeding track limits, I don't know, because people like to give exceeding track limits, and he goes off the track again, but able to not spin out and hit the wall, which we've seen 6 other cars do. But now we're coming with about 9-10 laps left. We have a car into the pits, MVP Dusty into the pits, putting on a set of soft compound tires.
So we'll come out, it'll be close between...
He's gonna come up, come out, I think, ahead of Mocking. And here comes MUFC Boss coming down the straightaway, but not fast enough. Gonna have to slot in P7 still. MVP Dusty. Now gonna be in P6. But Toro Rosso's having their dream day, running 1-2 for basically the entire race here. And do you think 1 lap pressure tires will do anything by the time lap 29 rolls around?
We won't do 4 seconds of a gap.
It won't do 4 seconds, but who knows? Montana can spin out in that corner that seemed to capture everyone else other than these two. I've seen at least every driver make a mistake there, except Montana and Dobie.
Every single driver?
Basically every single driver. Dobie sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix.
I've only seen 3 of them do that. There's someone around, Jones
6
is around.
of them.
Yeah, well, that's... anyways.
And another one bites the dust. Same corner too, but not retiring, and I don't think he has any damage, but that's not going to help those tires. Probably now overheating, probably got a flat spot somewhere.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if those tires are going to last. And he's gonna come into the pits here.
He's almost 70 seconds behind.
And he's into the pits now. And he's a whole lap down, and he's decided, alright, let's just retire into the pits. I think Ferrari called him in. Ferrari decided to call him in. It looks to be he's going to retire.
Or he just decided to go win himself. I don't... yeah. Animals off. Sector 2. Yeah, he's lost a bit of time to Nuffle there. Just shows the gap. There's nearly a pit stop between Nuffle and Dobby.
I know who we're calling for interviews, the 2 Toro Rosso boys. Those two have done a pretty good job compared to what the pace is for Toro Rosso. I know that it's on even cars, but Toro Rosso don't always do this good. I've seen maybe last season only one guy did good in Toro Rosso, and now it's both of them. So Toro Rosso is going to be a threat for the championship if they can be consistent and make races here. So now we have Mocking losing a spot. Mocking, I think, spun out there. Or something happened because he was just sitting on the side of the track and just accelerated.
So it's kind of died down a bit, the whole excitement of the races. Heel goes past package G there. Heel should come to some super softs for the end of the race. It's really died down a bit towards the end of the race here. Now.
Mocking's just going to get him to the end of the Grand Prix, and that looks to be what the team's waiting on. And on goes the red tires. Nose change is why he pitted for that front wing change. And he's off. Pretty good pit stop from them, no mistakes. The front wing was a little slow, but that's always slow.
In the meantime, Dusty is
lose a
after
lap.
Alfie, who's on older, harder tyres than Dusty, so he should get him here. He's closed into within 8 tenths. Coming around the final corner now, if he can get a bit of a better drive, coming around this corner, he could have to move down towards turn 1. And Williams dives into the pits ahead of them, and Alfie fakes it, and he's nearly fooled. Dusty's nearly fooled, but he's not closing in quite enough, I don't think, for turn 1, but he'll go for the exit here out of turn 2. To take all he can get. He's under the rear wing now. Alfie goes a little bit wider than you would expect going for the exit, but it hasn't been enough. Dusty's in the slipstream. Alfie's going to go to the inside and switch back to the outside. Late on the brakes goes Dusty down the inside. The McLaren, Alfie holds it around the outside. He's held the position for this sector, but the hairpin is always a bit of a wild card as to whether they want to send one down there. He's close enough, I think, is Dusty. He's going to have a look down the inside. And he's got it stopped, but Alfie is not quite able to get the switch back. Down towards turn 9 and 10 now. The left, and then the harder left, as Dusty has taken that. And Alfie's almost got the exit, barring a little bit of wheel spin. He's got an overtake mode. He's given all the ARS he's got down into this move. And he's moving up the inside now. It's a crazy closing speed. He's on the inside. Dusty has the space to hold it on the outside here. He's squeezed out a small bit. And Alfie has held the position, but Dusty won't be giving it up yet. He's going to have a look. He won't have a look into this final corner, I'm pretty sure. He's saving his ERS for the main straight, where you can get a more permanent move in. Or maybe not. He's down the inside at the final corner, but Alfie is struggling for ERS right now. And Dusty will have a DRS, but he's in this hole either way. Dusty is doing a little bit of weaving there, as Dusty is on the inside. Alfie late on the brakes around the outside. He goes a small bit deep. Dusty will have the outside for the next corner. Alfie on the inside, nearly contact. They're very close now, coming out into the second straight down towards turn 3. Dusty on the inside, squeezing, pulls back to the outside. Dusty, there's contact. Dusty damaged the front wing and he's nearly spun round, and he's retired. That's a bit odd. Dusty has made contact with Alfie Jensen and then retired.
That's a bummer.
As Alfie is then gone wide as well into the wall. Alfie's in the wall.
Alfie's in the wall. I think he broke some.
I'm not sure what's happened there. Dusty's left the session. I'm not sure what's gone on there with Alfie. Yeah.
Alfie is
now
retired.
He's retired.
I think
So
he realized that was his fault.
Oh, I still imagine he'd carried on, but something's gone wrong there, I think.
Something's gone wrong with that battle with him at MVP. I missed the crash, but I saw him go head on into that wall.
He just seemed to lose all control and just trundled into the wall. It wasn't much of a crash.
Well, now everyone's guaranteed points this race. Even mocking a lap down is gonna gain a spot.
I'll be 1 minute.
Yeah, Alfie just apologized to Dusty over the radio, so I think he knows that was his fault. Like again, I missed it, but I know that Ben saw it. But Montana and Dobie continue to lead. Craig just set the fastest lap. I don't know if they're doing that 1 point for the fastest lap thing in this league, but if so, Craig has it now. Ben, do you know if they're doing that 1 point fastest lap thing? Ben,
Sorry about that.
do you know if they're doing that 1 point fastest lap thing?
No, they're not.
Uh,
Packagee is having a bit of a battle at Mockingbirds here. Sorry about that minor absence. I needed to go to the loo. Mockingbirds, I think he's made the move. Yeah, he's on. Yeah, he's on supers and Packagee's on mediums. Yeah. Glad to call a bit of action even when I wasn't here. It's looking like Montana's day here.
and they're all spread out now, so I think that's racing for Barain done with after we had crash.
Well, checker flag hasn't been waved yet.
Checker flag hasn't waved yet, you're right, but unless someone makes a mistake, I don't think we're going to see wheel-to-wheel racing till next week at, I think, Australia. I know round 10 we're going to vote on. What track do you think people are going to vote for round 10?
Suzuka.
Japan?
No question, Suzuka. Yeah, no question.
Japan wasn't... The turn 1 at Japan was pretty chaotic last season, but I don't think that's on the schedule. I think the tracks we're voting for are not on the schedule, because there's only 18 races. And this is the only track that's on there twice, for preseason and round 18. So we'll be back here to end the season.
Yeah.
We have yellow flags in Sector 2, another car's retired. We have yellow flag Sector 2, 3. Now Sector 2, we have a car who spun out. Craig just spun out. I think he has damage to his front wing. Nope, front wing looks pretty good. I saw some carbon fiber left down at the bottom. I think that's from someone else.
Is he retired? So that's how you know.
But now Racing Point might actually be able to gain a spot here and get P6 here. Who knows? With only a few laps left. He's on older tires, but I don't know. I think he has the pace advantage. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows? He can make another mistake. Here's a nice shot from the helicopter. As we watch Racing Point try to get P6. I don't think it will be done, but it could be done. Anything's possible in F1. We can see Sauber win, maybe. But Sauber's only sitting in P4. If the 3 cars ahead of him wreck, I don't know. Now, all Craig doesn't want to do is make that same mistake, but they're going to go a lap down here. Because the leader's coming up to him. Leader's right behind them. Hot on their tail, the 2 race leaders. Alright, why does this car have yellow tires on, but the leaderboard says mediums? Okay, that's just...
There's something wrong with your game because it doesn't say that.
Yeah, there's something wrong with my game. It's only him. He's the only one with yellow wool tires on. He's the only one that's different. Everyone else is normal. So he's on the medium tires. Blue flags ahead. Want to get through this lap traffic as quickly as he can because his teammate Dobie only 2.6 behind. 2.5 now. Back to 2.6, and now he's going to be able to get past Racing Point. Now he has one more lap car ahead, but now Duffy needs to get past that same lap car. But the fuel strategy also. Maybe someone might run out of fuel on the last lap because there's only 2 laps that remain here. And yeah. We already know who's getting 1-2 of those guys. But MU's FC Boss is right behind Nuffle. If Nuffle makes a mistake, he can maybe get an overtake, but I haven't really seen many major mistakes from Nuffle this weekend. And Montana's pulling away from Dobie. Now it's 3.5 seconds. Off the track. Nuffle goes off the track a little bit there. And now we're on to the last lap of the Grand Prix here. Down into turn 1. Montana through turn 2 and 3. Montana continues to lead here. Just got to do perfect one more lap. And he can celebrate on the top step of the podium with his teammate right next to him. But good for Montana is there's one car separating them, that lap car separating those two. But he also has that Mercedes right in front of him that's also about to go a lap down Craig. I don't know if Craig's going to let him go. If I was Craig, I would let the leader go, because then you won't really have to do that extra lap. And I think that's what he's doing, yep. Gonna let him go here, but still side by side with him and just barely lets him go there. Now there's two cars in between him and Dobie. But as we come into the penultimate corner here, I think it's a penultimate corner. I don't know.
Six Montana. He's done very well today. It is, yeah. He's done well this evening. He couldn't have done much better. He put it on pole. He's led most of the race, bar pit stops. He comes around the final corner now to win preseason.
It's going to be a win for Montana in the preseason. Going to be a 1-2 for Toro Rosso here at Barain. And Nuffle, I think, is going to come home in P3, but pretty 40 seconds behind. So we still got a while till he catches up to him. And there's only 4 cars that have not finished. The rest of them crashed out. But leave the oven on. Now, MUFC Boss is really going to be pushing here to hopefully, maybe hope for a mistake, but going to be no mistake for Nuffle. And Nuffle is going to come home in P number 3 unless he runs out of fuel here, but I don't think that's going to happen. And he puts it into the grass a little bit for celebration and comes home in P number 3. And that's your race here at Barain. I have one car that's not finished, but now come down the front stretch here. And now that's your race. Montana wins here in Barain. Now we gotta get the Toro Rosso guys in here for an interview. We gotta get them into an interview. Here comes your podium celebration.
Season begins.
This is how Toro Rosso's season begins. A 1-2 in preseason. They look very, very happy.
Montana starts off its time in SLR, as does Dobby. Starts off on quite a high. Starts off well, and let's see if he can continue this form throughout the season. That was your race in A1 here today.
And that's your race here for the
assist. Sure to tune in next week. Be sure to...
Alright, let's get the interview started.
Yeah. 7 o'clock on Sunday. Big pen, medium pen on Sundays.
Alright, right now let's get these guys here for an interview. Let's get the top 3 in here. Let me send them an invite to this party. Alright, just sent those guys an invite. The race is now over. Let's see if they get in here for that interview. That's Montana, your race winner. On the top step of the podium. 1-2 for Toro Rosso. Montana, tell us what's going through your head here.
Yeah, it was a good preseason race, I think. W really pushed me hard in the middle stage of the race, so yeah, it was a fun race. Had to keep pushing all the time, saving tires, and yeah, looking good for the season.
What do you think about your teammate getting right next to you, right behind you? Do you think he wants to push himself to maybe be the lead driver of this team?
I think it's going to be a good battle, a fair battle. No 1-2 rolls, no team orders incoming, so just going for it. And it seems like he's going to be the main rival for the season.
All right, so what do you think your objectives are starting next week? This is only preseason, so this doesn't count for anything. So that win's basically just scratched off and tossed in the garbage. No points awarded either. So what are your objectives? Do you want to maybe go for a championship, or are you going to start a little lower? Because I haven't really seen you race at all. Last season you weren't racing much.
I think I'm going for the championship. Yeah, I wasn't in this league
pretty good
yet.
stretch.
But according to the pace and how it looks like I'm going to be fighting for the championship, or at least wins. And of course the goal has to be to win, try to win every single race. And that should be the goal for everyone. But yeah, championship is the focus, and beating my teammate, of course.
So what about the constructors here? 1-2 here, maybe 1-2. I think Australia. I'm gonna have to look at the schedule, and I'm gonna have to write that down because I have no clue what the schedule is right now. I'll have to ask for the schedule and write it down somewhere. I think Australia's first. All I know is Barain's gonna come back for the last race of the season. So we do preseason here at Barain, then we end the season at Barain. I'm confident for Barain.
Yeah, I think we just have to be cautious that we don't drop points because we fight each other too much. But it should be a great battle within the team, and for the Constructor Championship, I think we have pretty good chances to be on top, or at least near the top there as well.
Okay, so good luck to you, good luck to Toro Rosso, and I would like to see Toro Rosso be higher up, maybe 40-second gaps, pretty good. But maybe if you lap the whole field, maybe your team would be really, really ecstatic, and maybe you'll make loads of money. Who knows? So great race, and I hope to see the same next week. Hopefully, Dobie can actually fight you this time, and maybe we can actually have a battle for the lead, unlike today, because today was quite boring. The only exciting part about today was maybe that battle that then ended up those two crashing into each other, and then a bunch of cars spinning out at the sector 2-3 split. Alright, now Dobie's in here. Welcome, Dobie. How do you feel about today's race?
Hi mate, yeah, went okay, I just really struggled with tyre wear, compared to Montana. I think he managed the stints a bit better than me, and because he pitted one lap early on the mediums, I thought I would have a chance towards the end, but I was actually struggling more, so yeah, definitely did a better job on the tyres, but happy with the piece though.
Alright, so now, here's a question for both of you. Did you guys struggle at all going through that one corner that everyone else spun out in, that sector 2-3 split? Did you guys start struggling there, or did you guys afraid that you guys were going to spin out like everyone else did? So I saw a bunch of cars spin out there.
Not really for me, because I know about the danger of this corner, and if you keep getting focused through there, you shouldn't have problems, and you don't touch the curbs and don't run too high ballast, so not really a problem for me.
What about you?
Yeah, no, no. To be honest, I did have a moment or two through there because I was running 9 ballast, so probably why I struggled on tyres and why that corner was a bit of a problem. But I think running like a higher gear and not running full ERS through there helps keep it stable.
Okay, so what are your objectives for this season? Montana said he wanted to push for the championship. Would you like to be up there also fighting for the championship?
Yeah, definitely. It's just Bahrain. I've always done well at Bahrain, so I can't really read too much into this. But like I'm thinking about getting a new wheel because I'm not really don't really have a great feel for traction control on this wheel. So I think if I'm going to challenge, I'm going to need some new equipment.
Alright, so since you guys are in the Assist 2 League, there's not enough drivers for assist, so there's only one tier for the assist. So we're technically the assist tier. There's no number, just it's called A2. But what assists do you guys think are the fastest?
Definitely no ABS. I mean, using ABS and racing line. They're the two sort of key ones.
Because also you gotta turn that assist brake off, because if not, you're just gonna brake 1,000 meters before the corner, then you're gonna go too slowly. So that's another one that I think we should have turned off. What about traction control?
Traction control is definitely. I think there's no benefit of using traction control. I think it's slower. I think medium traction control has its advantages, like in the rain and maybe with tyre wear and keeping it on the track. But I think overall, no traction control is the fastest thing to use.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's not even an advantage pace-wise if you run assists compared to someone who knows how to use no assist. So, no, ABS may help in the rain, not too much in the dry, and traction control is generally faster. So, maybe when it comes to tire wear, medium traction is a little bit better, but yeah, I think using ABS and no traction is a pretty good combination.
Yeah, I think you can sort of learn the racing line. I think that wouldn't affect pace if you learnt it and you knew the game really well. I think ABS as well. If you learnt it, then I know some people actually think that the stopping distance with no ABS is shorter. So yeah, I'm not 100%.
Okay, so what about the constructors? Do you guys think you guys are going to be like Braun GP and just win the constructors by an absolute mile? Or do you think you might have maybe Ferrari, Mercedes, Racing Point, Force India, any of them maybe fighting for the championship and stuff?
Well, because it was just a practice race and there wasn't everyone here today. It's hard to say, but I mean it does look promising for us. I mean I had no idea Montana was my teammate. I just I like the Toro Rosso, so I chose that. So yeah.
Alright, so good luck with you guys with the season.
Thanks. Thanks.
And I'll help be saying your name a lot more, getting pole position and getting fastest laps. Should be saying your name, everything. I'll be saying your name a lot more, hopefully. So, just good luck for the rest of the season, guys.
It was just a disaster.
Yeah, I heard over the radio it's pretty much a disaster.
I got classified in the first few corners, so I lost a big part of my full ring. And then I tried spinning for a new full ring, but my engineers forgot to put one on. So I had to pit twice in 2 laps. So then after 2 laps I was, I think, 45 seconds in the back.
Yeah, your race wasn't so good.
No.
Alright, MUFC boss, you got, I think, 4th place I saw. How did your race go?
Yeah, it went pretty good. I got some qualifying. That's kind of great news on that. Quite good.
Okay. So now, for both of you, you're both in the assist league. What assists do you guys think are the fastest? So what are your guys' goals for this season?
Top 5.
Just Barain is also one of my worst tracks.
Yeah, Barain's coming back at round 18, so So what about that corner that everyone got slipped out and everyone would spin out in because of that low downforce? Were you guys scared that you guys were going to spin out in that corner too and be one of them that I had to write down is spinning out in that corner? I saw Montana and Dobie, they were revving out in 6th gear through that corner and they didn't spin out, so I don't know what's faster, letting out the gas or revving into 6th gear, because obviously revving into 6th gear is obviously going to hurt the engine, but letting out the gas won't, but I think revving it out is faster, because I don't think there's any engine damage, but if you talk realistic here, there is. In my world, there's engine damage. Just every engine gets switched out before every race. So, who do you think is going to be the world? What do you think? Who do you think is going to be the world drivers champion? Who do you think is going to be the champion? Montana. And here's our 3rd place finisher, Nuffle. Nuffle, how did your race go?
How about we talk about the SLR champion? Or it's the world champ.
If you go to the play, if you go to the PlayStation party and click on my name, you can click on Watch Stream. Well, I was in a party with Ben. So either party you look at, and Nuffle has already walked out the room. Nuffle ain't having any interviews. I was commentating with Ben that race. Ben was just so quiet, and then lights out and away we go. Ben's just so quiet. I was the one mostly talking that race, because Ben would start talking, Ben would complete a sentence, and I would start blabbing on about a crash that just occurred. They don't know how to commentate.
NASCAR.
Well, NASCAR, that's where I'm coming from.
Not
NASCAR's
enthusiast.
enthusiasts.
America.
The NASCAR commentators are enthusiasts. Because there's always racing going on, there's always crashes. But we're not used to the lights around here. If you told drivers to line up and run an F1 track, they probably won't know what to do. And the NASCARs don't have much downforce. Do you ever think about doing a seat swap with somebody? Having someone drive your F1 car and you drive a NASCAR? Have you had any thoughts about that? Because I know Richard Petty,
First of all,
driver experience does. Some people that want to drive race cars, they can drive a stock car.
we're getting off topic here.
Okay,
We're getting
so
off topic.
what do you think about next week's race? Do you think you guys can do
Never got on
some?
topic.
Do you guys think you guys can maybe win next week's race, or do you think guys think it's gonna be Toro Rosso again?
I think it will be Toro Rosso. Sweden, it's one of the best tracks and be in the top line there.
Okay, what about you guys?
LOL.
And there's a lot of damaged race cars. A lot. There was like, what, 6 or 7 retirements that race, because we only finished with 9 people. One person crashed out in qualifying and never even started the race. Started from the pit lane, but didn't even, yeah.
No one started from the pit lane. No one started from the pit lane.
No one started from the pit lane, but that one guy never even started the race. He started. Yeah, he lost connection. He never left the garage for the race. He left the garage for qualifying, crashed out, and then got kicked. Alright, so you guys go out there, go get practice, and hopefully we'll be seeing one of you guys other than Montana and Duffy in the top. Alright, so you guys go enjoy yourself. So we got next week at Australia, I'm pretty sure. Next Sunday, 19 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock Eastern time. So let's see you guys there, and let's see who will come out on top in that race.